Most men believe that if a woman is interested in them, she will simply say it. But the reality is very different. Many women rarely express attraction directly. Instead, they communicate through small signals, subtle actions, and quiet invitations that most men completely miss. And here is the surprising part. Some of these signals are so obvious that once you understand them, you'll wonder how you never noticed them before. In today's video, I'm going to reveal 5 powerful signs a woman shows only when she is strongly attracted to you and open to taking things further. These signals work whether you're talking to someone you just met, someone you've been dating, or even someone you've been in a relationship with for years. But before we get into those 5 signs, there's something extremely important you need to understand first. Why do women communicate attraction in such subtle ways? Why not just say exactly what they want? The answer comes down to 2 key reasons. First, men and women often communicate in completely different styles. Many women genuinely believe they are being obvious when they flirt, even though to men, the signals may feel confusing or indirect. What seems clear in her mind may feel like a puzzle to you. The second reason is social conditioning. For many women, being too direct about sexual interest can feel risky. They worry about being judged, rejected, or misunderstood. So instead of stating their intentions clearly, they create what you might call green light moments. These are small openings where they give you permission to step forward without having to say the words out loud. In other words, many women prefer to create the opportunity and allow the man to take the lead. Once you start recognizing these signals, everything about flirting and attraction becomes much easier to understand. So let's break down the 5 signs. The first sign is when her body language opens toward you. Human attraction is often revealed through the body long before it appears in words. When a woman feels drawn to someone, her body naturally becomes more open and engaged. You might notice that when she talks to you, her shoulders and hips turn toward you instead of away. Even in a group setting, her body may subtly orient itself in your direction. Eye contact is another powerful indicator. If she maintains steady eye contact, looks at you frequently across the room, or smiles when your eyes meet, it often signals that you've captured her attention. Sometimes you may notice smaller unconscious gestures too. She might tilt her head slightly, adjust her hair, or expose her neck while speaking to you. These are instinctive behaviors that often happen without her even realizing it. Think of this as the first move in a conversation of attraction. Her body is quietly saying, "I'm comfortable with you. I'm interested in you." When you notice this, the best response is not to rush. Instead, mirror the energy. Maintain eye contact, stay relaxed, and allow the interaction to develop naturally. The second sign is physical contact that lingers. Touch is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication. But the key detail here is not just the touch itself, it's the duration and intention behind it. Many people touch casually during conversation. A brief tap on the arm or shoulder can simply be friendly. But when a woman is attracted to you, that contact often lasts slightly longer than normal. Maybe she touches your arm while laughing and leaves her hand there for an extra moment. Maybe she adjusts your shirt collar, brushes something off your jacket, or playfully nudges you during conversation. These small gestures are often ways of testing physical chemistry. They allow her to see how you respond and whether the connection feels comfortable for both of you. If you notice this happening repeatedly, it's usually a good sign she feels safe and interested. A natural response is to gently mirror that energy, not in an aggressive way, but in a relaxed and respectful way that continues building connection. The third sign is when she creates opportunities to be alone with you. This is one of the most overlooked signals men miss. If a woman is attracted to you, she will often try to create situations where the two of you can talk privately. Maybe she lingers after an event while everyone else leaves. Maybe she walks with you instead of the group. Or she might suggest continuing the conversation somewhere quieter. Sometimes the invitation is subtle. She might mention that she has free time later, or that you should come see something interesting at her place. These moments are often intentional. They create space for deeper connection, where conversation becomes more personal and the interaction can naturally progress. The fourth sign is emotional connection directed specifically at you. Physical attraction alone rarely leads to deeper intimacy. Emotional comfort plays a huge role. When a woman feels a strong attraction, she often begins sharing more personal thoughts or feelings. She might say things like, "I feel really comfortable talking to you. I don't usually open up like this with people." Or, "I feel like you understand me." Statements like these signal that she sees you differently from other men in her life. They suggest that she feels safe and emotionally connected. When you hear this, it's often an invitation to deepen the conversation. Responding with honesty and warmth helps strengthen that bond even more. And finally, the fifth sign is when she leaves the door open for something more. Sometimes the clearest signals appear at the end of an interaction. Maybe the evening is winding down, but she hesitates before saying goodbye. Maybe she says something like, "It's still early," or "What should we do now?" These moments create a pause, an opening. They are subtle invitations to decide what happens next. This is where many men become uncertain and hesitate. But often, she is simply waiting to see if you will guide the moment forward. That doesn't mean rushing or assuming anything. It simply means responding confidently and respectfully. Attraction is a dynamic process. It unfolds step by step through signals, responses, and mutual comfort. Understanding these signs won't guarantee that every interaction leads somewhere romantic, but it will help you recognize when genuine interest is present. And once you start noticing these patterns, the confusion that many men feel about attraction becomes much clearer. Flirting, connection, and chemistry are not about mind reading. They're about paying attention, watching the signals, and responding with confidence, respect, and awareness. Because more often than you think, the signs were there all along. You just needed to know how to see them.